Greetings. This is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And I'm just going to cam up for a second today, just to introduce the broadcast. Yes, this broadcast is concerning Nicki Minaj and Kevin Samuels. So please forgive me. The reason why I don't cam up because I have a little cheap laptop camera. But, production should get better as, time goes by. But, just I feel like since I'm in this space, I do owe you the cam up sometimes, just so you can see the person who is talking, behind the mic and behind the avatar. So probably more of this to come, and right now we'll cam down. So as always, as you walk in, please go ahead and hit the like button. And if you're new to this channel, please by all means go below the screen and hit the subscribe button. So let me change that. Had that from an earlier broadcast. Also, please check my community tab and also subscribe to the Black Dimension. That's our entertainment channel. We try to do some different things here within the space, and those are one of them. So, might be a little interesting for you. So just check it out. So all of you who are walking in, please hit that like button. And thanks for watching, by all means. And let's get this underway. Well, a few issues within the space that I've seen thus far as this one particular situation goes. So here's what I'm going to say starting off. I am going to say that this is not me doing the whole, what y'all like to call Kevin Samuels defense force. Because, believe me, there's many things that are god awful in defending another black man. Believe me. Because, I don't know, this society has gotten used to seeing us as black men fight. They want to see us fight. They want to see us conflict. They want to see who comes out on top. In other words, they want to see us kill each other. And this has become the norm. This has become the norm. So when you see a man, per se, defending another man, or what you perceive as a defense, especially a black man onto another black man, looks a little weird to you. It does. It looks a little weird. And I always found it strange because I often hear people say this about black men. And just a couple things. Like these same guys that become angry and start shaming the fact that black men do kind of take up for other black men. They've been shamed all their lives into believing that there might be some, I would say in some cases, some gay shit, strange like camaraderie, or they'll start calling it, all these men defending each other, they'll start calling it a circle jerk, and no man for real sees himself as that. No real man anyway. So some of the weaker minds might kind of talk themselves, out of black male unity. These same fools always talk about this thing that this G word that we use, gynocracy. I mean, a gynocracy would be, I would say, against the solidarity and the unity of black men. Now, if you're a man and you're sitting up here angry, and I wouldn't say that it was just a bunch of angry guys. It's just a few of them. It's just a few of them. It's a lot of videos that are out on YouTube, and I had to explain this to someone. There are a lot of videos out here that are in the black space of YouTube that are not even black manosphere. So when I say stuff like there seems to be a lot of jealousy toward Kevin Samuels because a mainstream celebrity star like Nicki Minaj decides she wants to talk to him, and it was her platform. She invited him up there. There's purpose in that. It may be a cash grab for some, but this whole podcasting thing, and I don't think many of you realize it, is becoming a very popular thing. It is the wave. I'm already seeing it, and I wouldn't say this is a very big industry with a lot of you, but I'm seeing this with professional wrestlers. They're starting to go on people's podcasts and especially YouTube channels. So, there's a few celebrities here and there that we don't often hear about or don't draw our interest, at times because, they're of other races and nationalities. They go on people's podcasts, their people's podcasts. So, there will be, and it's like shout out to attorney Dennis Sperling. There will be a mainstream incursion of this space right here because, for one thing, we are a sphere of influence, and when you have a much larger, more resourceful entity that has always controlled the narrative, to the large power has always controlled the narrative, see something like, I would say, the space that we deal with in YouTube. And not only that, but many, many other content creators in many, many other categories and genres. When the mainstream media is used to controlling, these things, your what you see, what you hear, they got pretty comfortable because, they had the millions and millions of dollars to, back it. But now you have podcasters that now are getting bigger and more common and more popular amongst the people. And here's the thing about these podcasters. It's about relatability. It's about relatability. The podcaster and your regular average spectator can relate to each other more than a dressed up mainstream source. And that is beginning to bother them. It is beginning to affect their bottom line. So, what would be the purpose for being inside such of a sphere of influence that deals with what we deal in? One day that we're going to have to answer for everything we've been saying about people. This stuff right here that we're doing right now is very public. Is very public, and these people, especially, celebrities, singers, especially, shout out to the Roger Report. He's had Deron Jones in his chat several times. Deron Jones is a member of the R&B singing group 112. These guys are watching. And what I try to do without getting too wild on some of my stuff is I try to take into consideration that one day someone will see it. Now, with a lot of the news stories that I've done on this channel, there have been family members of victims and people who basically were involved in those situations that I would explain and give my take on. That right there taught me the lesson that I always have to be careful on what I say about people. Because one day I might have to face backing it up with those very people. So I always try to be a little respectful. But sometimes, I carry it into a humorous spot. And, then that one day I might have to answer that shit. Like, I did a live broadcast called Kevin Hart Needs to Man the Fuck Up. And it was some lady, forgot her name, white lady, said that Kevin Hart doesn't have any balls because he would not, I don't know, I guess would not speak out against racism or something like that. Now, it's really funny to me when a white person approaches any black person and tells them how they should react to racism. And, Kevin Hart wouldn't say anything to her. My problem with that was You'll go toe to toe with Cat Williams, but when a white lady comes after you, all of a sudden you pull back. I don't like that shit. Same thing with 50 Cent. When Chelsea Handler came after him for some shit he said, after all the black guys that 50 Cent has gone after, you know, he clip he all of a sudden retreats into a cubby hole. And, you know that and that's the kind of shit that I be talking about with some of these folks. Ready to go at a black person in a heartbeat, but as you know, a sphere of influence, and as YouTubers, all of us really aspire to be bigger than what we are. Doing what we do, but on a much more grander scale and a more productive scale. You know, at least I know I want to. You know, that's why I do pre-recorded, edited content. You know, because I can do these streams all day, but you know, I want to do it like a YouTuber as well. So for content creators, you know, I would, you know, much like for you to keep that in mind, that yes, when you do say things about certain people, that it can follow you. So, you know, like I said, I will continue to do the news stories. But, you know, these celebrities, we always thought these celebrities were, you know, larger than life, much bigger than who we were. So if we said anything, it would not ever matter. Let me show you a couple things. Like, I'm just going to show you a few, you know, screenshots of YouTube videos that I've done out of my studio app on my Android. You know, Android over iOS. You know, this is called Lizzo addresses killer stage die rumors and more thirsting for Chris Evans. You know, because she quite thirsts for them on the internet. I mean, I felt as if it was story worthy that day, but I've made several videos about Lizzo. What if Lizzo just happens to see one of my broadcasts and she wants some questions answered? But like, I seriously doubt it. I'm not ever saying that I will ever do a podcast and I will have to talk to Lizzo about all the stuff that I've said about her. Because here's the thing. When you say stuff about people, you have to be ready to address it and to back up everything that you said. And here's the thing. When I say something, I want to be able to put myself in a position not to ever retract that shit. I mean, that's not going to be who I am at the end of the day. It makes sure when I do this stuff, I have to stand on everything that I say, because there's always that possibility. We saw that possibility happen this week, and we've gotten all kinds of reactions because of it. But getting back to what I was saying before, people sitting up here acting like something is actually wrong with defending a black man, or at least siding with his logic, when you have so many people that are against it and have these heated attitudes about the shit. And I mean, whatever the reasons people have for doing that, if you can explain it logically and with tact, then I don't believe that people will have a problem with listening to it. But at the same time, you know, when you express something very angrily and spastically, the first thing people like to throw up is, you know, you're being emotional. You know, and you know, that's the kind of shit that, you know, I'm not going to ever myself put up with, because I believe that you can be emotional. You know, if you can be being passionate about what you say and the messages that you're trying to get across, there's nothing wrong with that. Period. The emotional part that I don't like is when it comes to name calling and being very aggressive and hostile with someone, and being disrespectful. You know, that kind of emotional is the one that needs to be frowned upon. But of course, a lot of people like that kind of drama. So Yeah, I've said this something about this about Jodie Turner Smith shows black women easily submit uh, to the swirl, and this is because the her husband, I believe, went on Conan O'Brien and said that she proposed to him and was very insistent. Now, based on the kind of person that I observed Jodie Turner Smith to be, I seriously doubt she would ever come this way for anything. But because of the Nicole Young Elle magazine article, what Nicole Young did, she did the opposite of, I believe, what she thought that article was going to get accomplished. And, a lot of you guys that are in the space, every time somebody writes a post that goes viral, every time somebody writes an article, which, like I said, with black men spaces, black male spaces that vent frustrations, tell truths, and expose what goes on in our community, you need to start getting used to that. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. So, like I said, put yourself in a position to own everything that you say. Here's another example. What did Russell Wilson and Sierra do to deserve so much praise? All they did was get married. I do understand the position of a lot of these single mothers out here. Oh, Russell Wilson married a single mother and then put another kid in her. It can work. It can work. Look and see, you niggas. You niggas is wrong. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I get all of that. And I've actually in the past sided with Russell Wilson. I did a broadcast criticizing Slim Thug for talking about Russell Wilson. Because here's your problem with KS. You believe that many believe that that KS should not be uplifted as a leader. But where the confusion and the rage comes in is that the members who claim the black manosphere, or people on the fringe or the outskirts, believe that it was the black manosphere that christened Kevin Samuels the leader of sorts. No, it's the people who watch him. We ain't have a damn thing to do with it. I'm sure there are probably over 100 content creators that will be considered black manosphere, but that's about it. Shit, this man has 5 and 10K people watching. You cannot account for all of those people. He's on a different stride. So why blame a space with black men in it for Kevin Samuels' ascension? That's not us at all. Well, some of us and a lot of people who frequent panels, let's keep it real. They love to bring up Kevin Samuels' philosophy. He's like a security blanket or something. So I get the annoyance with that. I do. But I've never said that he was the leader of all and everyone. He just seems as if he's just a very successful person at this point. There's another one. Does the Sha'Carri Richardson story show why BW lack accountability? I believe it does. Hell, the celebrity interaction with Tasha K and Cardi B showed you a big lack of accountability. But celebrity and podcaster, YouTuber, such as myself, I might have to answer for this one day. And and when it happens, got to be straight up with it. So here's y'all problem, with the people that say that, we don't need mainstream media coming in here, which to an extent I agree with. We should be able to stand on our own. But we are a sphere of influence that is gaining a lot of traction. Now, with Kevin Samuels, let me clear this up. With Kevin Samuels talking with Nicki Minaj, speaking with her, I don't expect anything from it. I'm not one of these content creators that has to say stuff like, oh man, he gonna pull the rest of the space up with, and that be the complaint of the haters and the detractors. That ain't someone like me. I'm always gonna be the guy to say, hey, you know what? Whoever been ingratiated with the bigger audiences and the leadership roles, like a lot of you guys out there try to put these people in these leadership roles, I would say that either one of them, they don't owe you anything. They don't owe me anything at all. This dude doesn't owe you anything at all. Let me, I'll pull this because, I pulled this picture off the Google. And, I'm not a KS fanboy. I'm not that. But, see, this should be reflecting of the attitude. Because, seriously, he talked to Nicki. He just got talking to Brittany, Brittany Renner. And that's somebody we have really criticized in this space. But he's sitting up here talking to. He's talking to these people. This man is living his best life, before he checks off this mud ball. And here's the thing. Any of you would do the same thing. Any of you would do the same thing. Where did any and every one of you believe that this was going to go? What if you become a bigger channel? What if your production value gets better? There's always that possibility. What if you have an explosion like TLA or Poor Man's Podcast? Shit, you got to be ready for this stuff. Do I expect this to happen for me? Hey, you know what? Who knows where the possibilities may go? Some of you already, out there, you're doing pretty good with this. Some of you are already doing it. And you have something you have to prepare for. But, I think the big thing is, y'all remember when this guy was on panels with a lot of the people that you watch. Now, do I have to adopt his philosophies and follow his way of life? No, because I'm not that dude. I'm not that guy. I've been saying this. And everybody's like, oh, man. Everybody will talk about Kevin Samuels again. Shit keeps happening with certain folks. KS, those frat boys that keep getting themselves in stupid shit. Shoot, who's ever the talk of the town? Who's ever gonna get the publicity? Hey, that's just who's ever there for that moment. But what I'm saying is like, stop putting this shit on a group of guys just because they agree with his philosophy and the way that he does things. I don't agree with everything he says. I don't agree with I don't ever agree with all of what anyone says. But, these derogatory things all these little fuck boys and these best friend ass niggas are saying, I hear them. I be in the chats. Sometimes I can't say what I really want to say because, your little mods like to pull the trigger. Then the content creator feels antagonized. Or then they start calling you that someone in the chat or that somebody in the chat. Shit, that happened to me twice yesterday. I will not say who those content creators were. Because, I respect anyone that's able to get up here and do a broadcast and talk to, any amount of people. That it takes a lot. It takes a lot to be able to do that. It takes a lot for me to speak. I'm a very stage frightened person. Very. You wouldn't believe the immense fear. But, getting in front of you, even getting in front of y'all and talking like this. But I get through it because I have a point to make. It's like any black man who decides to step up here. It is difficult being a black man and deciding to step on this platform and having to tell people things that they are becoming, that they will let me put it like this, they will physically become uncomfortable with, they will emotionally become uncomfortable with. Because remember, people don't remember what you do for them, they just remember how you made them feel. But black men, let me tell you something, mentally, we've been the most gaslighted. And that's not me making us into a victim. I'm just going to explain it, just one facet of that. The fact that we're shaming into believing that if there's a group of people that are unfairly like criticizing, not even criticizing, just shitting on a person, and you step in and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to disagree with this. I'm going to go against the grain on what all these people are saying. Then you're shamed into believing that shit is gay. Or we talk about how like all these problems are isolated from other groups or not just isolated to blacks, but we treat each other pretty nasty, and I think we need to talk about it. That's more of that gynocratic thinking that all of y'all claim you're against. You're against the gynocracy. But a black man speaking, or black, even let's even say it like this: a black man speaking to women. You're against it. You're against the spread of truth. That's very gynocratic thinking. And like I said, you may not agree with the philosophies of this man up here. I don't agree with everything he said. In fact, he said quite a few things that I'm just kind of like, But hey, you know what? He still got the audience. He's still making the cash. And I believe any of us would do that. Maybe not the way, but, that he would do it. But if you found a way in, of course, let me ask y'all a question. For the content creators. If you make it to be as big as this guy, how many of you are going to pull up the other content creators? We talk so much shit about, and like I said, you don't owe anybody anything, just like he don't owe anybody anything. Y'all talk all this shit about how people believe that this guy's going to pull up the space. How many of you will make it? Big as fuck. I'm talking about you got like 5-6 million subscribers. How many of you will pull up other people in the space? How many of you will actually humble yourself down enough to say, hey, you know what? That smaller content creator needs my help. Think about it. So, also, it's like, look, stop saying that. And especially for me, I don't want to be, if I disagree with you on something that's said about not only this man on the screen, but anybody. If I disagree with what you're saying, or I believe you're being unfair, especially in these chats, don't come back at me with this kitten heels bullshit. Because, I know because black men are supposed to fight. We supposed to be in fisticuffs. We supposed to kill each other. We supposed to find out who's the HNIC. Many of us believe that it's us, that we're the HNICs. But again, black male division and black male silence, that's gynocratic thinking. Like I said, that gynocracy that so many of you are against. You're so against guys in these space speaking on what we speak on. But you're all for black man improvement. Bullshit. Some of y'all want the image of a thug, the image of a pookie, the image of a real nigga to take the senior position. You know what? Neighborhoods across America have tried that, and neighborhoods across America have fucking failed. Anyone can rise up. It doesn't have to be this guy. Anyone. But for myself, I feel about the same as a pookie or a thug or a lowlife or a degenerate or a guy that got like 100 kids by by 50 different women. The way I feel about that, I don't feel like that guy needs to be in position. So I guess we're at a stalemate. You know, I don't. I mean, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna ingratiate this guy with some leadership or anything like that because that's I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not gonna do that. But at the same time, it ain't gonna be a pookie type. It ain't gonna be this so-called real nigga. I mean, it's whatever on that. I mean, all I know is that real niggas don't like to unify. They like to go with the ones that they feel like are real niggas too. They want you to look at the real part more than the fact that they're calling themselves a nigga. You know. And I know it sounds good because, most of your favorite rap songs made it sound good. Being a real nigga. And I'm not taking any swipes at any content creators. I've always felt like this. I'll feel like this without this person's existence. But I'm so fucking tired of hearing it. And yeah, I have a right to be tired of hearing it. Like the senior archetype for a black man should be a real nigga, while they cut out the ones that could produce just because they're not around here drinking 40s and getting like broads pregnant all over the place. You call that guy the educated lame. That is such bullshit because what it does is shoots brothers down for being smart or what you perceive as smart. Hell, like I've run across people in my community that are so low vibrational, they thought that I thought I was smart just by wearing glasses. I'm like, dude, I'm nearsighted. What does that mean? Look it up, motherfucker. You got a smartphone right there. Like, damn. Why are people so smug with people of intelligence? I'm not saying that females don't go through with it, but when they call you the most educated and they commend you on a regular basis as a group of women, it's kind of hard for me to see. Then you got people in this space itself calling folks educated lames. It's easy for me to say, man, fuck you, but I'm on a Wi-Fi connection. So what impact does it have? I don't like, and I'm one of those content creators that don't like to have panels where people are yelling at each other. Act civilized. I mean, I guess that's the difference between me and these real niggas. They want to yell at you, knowing that they can't bust a grape in a fruit fight if they could around you. Sit your asses down. But that's just me. Yeah, supposedly, and supposedly, let me go over this for a second. Supposedly, Kevin Samuels dropped the ball when he talked to Nicki Minaj. Supposedly, this is what a lot of you are saying. I saw a young man on social media saying that Nicki Minaj didn't deserve a 9. This young man even said she was about a 4. I was like, are you fucking nuts? It was one of them chubby fellas. And I don't like to judge. I don't like to judge men because heterosexual men shouldn't go around judging how men looks. That's quite frankly up to the ladies as far as I'm concerned. But man, a 4? No, Nicki Minaj ain't no damn 4. Most dudes talking shit would eat her box if she put it in front of them. I know some of you didn't appreciate that comment, but I'm telling the goddamn truth. Shit. What was the man supposed to do? Hey, oh God, this is a woman that's been on world tours. This is that woman that has done a lot for herself. The woman that we love to say that we're looking for. Productive, high value woman. Of course, she has that little snappy demeanor, but hey, she's Western. I mean, she's from Trinidad, but but let's see what and I wrote down some things. Let's see what Kevin Samuels could have dropped the ball on. And look, disclaimer: I am not trying to attack Nicki Minaj personally. As I've said and stated, they're watching us. And I mean, I'm not scared. Like I said, I will stand by the whole Kevin Hart needs the man to fuck up. I'll stand by 50 Cent need to stop, doing things that are reflected of a COON, going after black men and, just caving in to white women. That's bullshit, dude. And as much as I hate to say it, it makes us look bad as people. So here we go. Nick, here's the thing that people want to criticize her on. Let's just be straight up with this. This channel is called Black Men Being Brutally Honest. So Nicki calls herself a Barbie. I always had a problem with that. To me, Barbie represented the American white woman, basically. And for black women to call themselves Barbies are absurd to me. I mean, these are blonde hair, tall, slender. This is where you get your little European beauty standard from. Stuff like that. I'm not saying that it came from Barbie completely, but it sure as hell aided in it. So, it's just, but she's made money off of it. So, well, whatever. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just that Barbie is symbolic of whiteness. A lot of people feel as if Kevin Samuels should have just went on her platform to be like, why you calling yourself a Barbie or something? No, I just made that up. I didn't actually hear nobody say that. But, I know what my views were. I mean, recently, she claimed the COVID vaccine caused impotence. Which, disclaimer, I'm not a scientist. I cannot confirm such, research or theory, so to speak. But, we can all remember this. And I'm not trying to slam Nicki. Like I said, I'm not trying to slam her. This is just things that are actually happening or actually happened. Besides, with that vaccine, if anything bad is going on with it, I'm quite sure 110% that the media is going to cover it up. Read what's scrolling across the bottom of the screens for entertainment purposes only. You can take it with a grain of salt or feel free to agree. I'm not going to stop you if you agree. All right. Also, her husband. That would have been the elephant in the room. Personally, I would never be interested in bringing up her husband and the troubles that is. He was accused of attempted rape and assault in September of 1994. Attempted. So, for what we discuss, these type of subjects, sounds a little fishy. Who knows? But this is the man she decided to marry. I wouldn't go at her and say, oh, why you married that old sex offender, blah, blah, blah. It's just all that, But the thing is, turn around and you look at her brother. Now, the accusations with him are far more grisly. This man got 25 to life because he would take himself upon a girl, like she was 14 when she testified, but she was 11 when all this was happening. This guy's a stepfather. Yeah, he was the father that stepped up. This is Nicki Minaj's brother. And what the type of theme that is discussed in this space is that we sort of, a lot of us sort of rail against stepfathers. Like a lot of us tell, man, don't be trying to take care of no one else's kids. Leave them hanging. Well, Nicki Minaj's brother was a stepfather, and those were most certainly the results of being stepdad. But at the end of the day, What does her brother's transgressions got to do with her? It ain't like she was in the room with him, encouraging and coaching him on when he was doing that shit. So that's just my explanation of that. So her brother was punished, and it must have been an overwhelming amount of evidence because they threw the book at him. But sometimes we do know. Let me explain what her family side is. She claims that the family of the wife was trying to extort money from them. To the tune of millions. But you had the little girl testify and her brother testify that this man was doing this. And, that's pretty ironclad and hard to get off, especially if you're a black man. Oh, shit. All a person has to do is give you a side eye and you might be in some fucked up situation. But if he did it, he deserves everything he gets. When you harm children, I have no love for you, period. None whatsoever. But we I'm not here to sit up here and badmouth Nicki about her brother and the guy she's fucking. Now, the whole thing about let's go ahead and say this about the whole eat a dick thing. She said she was talking about black guys on TikTok, but we all know that extends to black men on social media. A lot of people took it, and let's just say it, as a swipe at the black manosphere and a slight dig at Kevin Samuels himself. And Kevin Samuels should have, checked her for it. What? What? Come on, man. Check. What are you going to say to her? Shut up, bitch. You eat a dick. The only thing she gonna say is, "Oh, I eat my husband's dick." That's the only thing she gonna say. And then all she gonna do is take all the notes she took from all y'all broadcasts. She just gonna run down them insults. Kitten Hills, you gay. And then what? And then what if he did check her? A lot of you already saying this. He failed the shit test. Somehow he would have failed some kind of magical shit test. Boy, here's what I'm gonna assess about what I believe a shit test is. A shit test is just a goalpost move. It's a way for you to give the L to the man. I know how to control these hoes. Yeah, y'all know. Yeah, you know how some of y'all talk. I know how to control these hoes. I passed them shit tests. Man, I check them right then and there. But it depends on how you check them. I'll pass all, man. I got all up like, you dudes talk like y'all the biggest players ever. Like on the planet Earth. In this century. In this decade. Cool. Think that way. Maybe you do. But let me put it to you like this. This is a celebrity. She's celebrity status. We're not celebrities. They go by a different set of rules. They go out a much different set of rules. They be into all kinds of freaky shit. They've seen all kinds of freaky shit. They've done things that could probably be written in 4 or 5 books. Not kissing her ass or anything, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And yeah, this whole black man versus black woman thing that everybody wants everyone to do. Y'all, like I said, y'all wanted Kevin to nail Nicki to the wall. Now let's talk about it. Did he pander a little bit by giving her a 9? Maybe. I think, yeah, just a little bit. He wouldn't give her a 10. I mean, shout out to Dennis Sperling once again. Dennis Sperling gave her a 10. What I give her, hey, I give her whatever. I can get out of stuff like this. I'm a married man. But, it's not world ending. The whole eat a dick thing, yeah, of course it was disrespectful to black men. And if you are a content creator, you can feel free to respond all day to that. But how do y'all expect females to react out of everything you've seen out of females and how they come out here on social media? And you know that these women are hurt by the fact that we are critiquing them the way we are critiquing them. Of course, a lot of them gonna say eat a dick. I've heard words come out of these guys within the space about this space. Why in the hell do y'all think y'all better than her for some reason? Because she a female? Why y'all think y'all better than her? Why y'all think y'all are more suited to tell your so-called fellow brethren to eat a dick? And then when she said, oh, it's the gynocracy attacking us. I've heard more things said negatively about this space out of men than like a lot of these females around here. So if you're going to hold her accountable for telling y'all to eat a dick, hold them guys accountable for shitting on the space. No, y'all want to act like these old best friend ass niggas. Y'all want to get together and hold hands and like, oh, the space is torturing me mentally. Oh, I'm tired of hearing this. Instead of being the content creator you complain about doesn't exist. Shoot. Do you know how much stuff you have said about the black manosphere for me to not pay attention to Nicki Minaj saying eat a dick? Have you ever listened to this woman's music? She said a lot of things. Who the hell do you think you are? You think you don't count when you say bullshit? Oh, she said eat a dick. Attack! Man, fuck all that shit. The reason why Kevin Samuels did not react, in my opinion, is because he's trying to get to the bag. He trying to get to the bag. Any of us would do the same thing. You know, you can only assume that maybe she's going to go back and tell her celebrity friends this guy's kind of cordial. And, you know, he got over 1 million subs, so, you know, there's plenty of people watching this guy. Maybe he can work within their space or whatever. Didn't he already appear on Atlanta? I don't know. But y'all, a bunch of people out here, y'all some, and I hate to keep saying y'all, but there's a lot of drama kings and queens. Why do black men and black women gotta fight? I understand that there is a lot that each side has done. You know, myself, I blame them more because they chose a system over us. And they didn't have to. They want this kind of loyalty, and I keep saying that they aren't willing to provide for themselves. You know, they want us to be their lapdogs. But of course, we do have those mind-numbing weirdos. Of course we do. We have those mind-numbing weirdos that kind of get on our nerves because they say the same shit every fucking day. My thing is, if you think like they're that weird or whatever, you don't have to tune in. Everybody wants a better space, but nobody wants to be the champion of that preaching they do against the guys in the space. And then they ignore all the other bullshit. So I got a question. Why y'all so fucking messy? Why are you such drama kings and drama queens? Why is there supposed to be this so-called quote-unquote gender war? Which I don't believe that it's ever been a gender war. I think that people are just too, like, here's the thing. If we just sat down and we just admitted to what was wrong, it would only take a few minutes. Think about it. You know, it's gonna be more time sitting up here with this back and forth. Now, who's responsible for this? Who's responsible for that? Who's responsible for this? Who's responsible for that? It's gonna take more time trying to sort that out than to just sit down and admit to what's fucked up so we can get through it. It'll only take 1 or 2 times. But a lot of you just need to admit that you need this conversation. You need all this drama. I mean, and I get it. Getting along can be boring. But not having fun, not being entertaining, and also, you can be informative as well and teach people things that will make their lives better. This is what this man's claim is on the screen. But really, all these people complaining about this shit, what have they done? What have they done besides complain and complain some more? And then complain about complaining. And when they get tired of complaining, complain again. What is that? All right. I got to look at some of these comments. I'm over 100 comments in. Shit. Uh-oh. Who we got? Let me give some shout-outs. Thanks for showing up tonight. And by all means, if please hit that like button. And if it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. So good to see all of you lovely people. So let's see who we got in the house. We got Sheed, we here. Got Stoic One, Regular Degler, Darth Skater, my habitual line stepper brother, Long Live, Toya's son, Warchild, what's going on? Indigenous TV. Says this is the second time an interview has caused a civil war in this space. Man. It seems like it's getting worse, man. It's like, I mean, I don't get it myself, but oh well. Like I said, I think many of us need the drama. Oh, hold on 1 second. Yeah, many of us need that drama. Shoot, I don't give a fuck. Shit, yeah, but let's see who else is in this audience. Cause I see quite a few of you. Oh man, Hybrid, Catastrophic, Impact, X83rd Power, what's going on? Said, I ain't a fan of plastic, but she's cute. Yeah, Nicki Minaj is very cute. Yeah, she's a cute one. I got to give it to her, man. She looks good. And like I said, a lot of you guys, while y'all fronting, and while a lot of you guys are trying to be like that guy that said, "Oh, I believe she's a 4." You are kidding me. You're kidding me, and that's okay because I know you're kidding me. Sam Sample, what's going on? LaShawn Jefferson, what's up? Soul Provider Reacts, if you're still in the house, what's going on? I appreciate you guys coming through tonight. Okay, Jamil Sower. I can't believe KS actually gave her a higher score that he gave Beyonce. Make that make sense. I don't know. Beyonce was like, before Nicki Minaj, I don't know what to say. I mean, you got me on that. But I'm also a guy that believes that Kelly Rowland looks better than Beyonce. I think Kelly Rowland looks way cuter than Beyonce. But Nicki, man, whew. I mean, you got to like let me explain something to y'all. A lot of us love thick women. We love thick women. We love big-thighed women. We love women with those booties. The first thing I noticed on Nicki Minaj when I first seen her was how big her butt was. Period. It was just like, damn, she thick. You know, damn, she thick is a quote for a reason. You know, Nicki Minaj is thicker than Beyonce. I mean, her butt's way bigger than Beyonce's. So, a lot of men, and I'm not saying that everybody loves big butts or whatever, but a lot of men are probably going to choose Nicki over Beyonce. I mean, but that's your opinion. If you believe that Beyonce is better than Nicki Minaj, then hey, I can't, excuse me, I'm not here to change your mind. But, I can definitely see why. I mean, it's Indigenous TV. Dang, 1994. How old is that dude? Man, yeah. It was September of '94 when he got accused of that attempted rape and assault. LaShawn Jefferson, what's going on? Thought we were supposed to look away, but we still on news. Okay, whatever that means. And Jamil, again, too many dudes out here saying he gave her a high score because he was making a long gameplay. I thought we were about integrity with the black women and telling it like it is. Guess not. Let me put it to y'all like this. Like I said, KS is one person. KS is one person. He does not have to represent any of you if you don't want him to. Because he's one goddamn person. And he happens to be riding on a cloud at this point. Just like those frat boys. Just like anybody else who's popular as fuck. So he's been, the subject matter for a lot of content creators. And there have been content creators that have built their following off of this guy. So it's easy to put him in such a position. But look, only like, I guess the most G of us understand that we are individuals and we have commentary of value to offer as well. So what we have to do is we just have to keep that in mind and know that we are our own men, and whatever principles we go by, if we are genuine, that will shine through. That will shine through. If you don't think that KS is exactly genuine, then if a bag of money was put in front of you, how would your mentality stand up to it? Let's just put it that way. I'm not sure, no, I'm not saying he got paid for this shit, but it's definitely opening doors. I mean, it's for him. Whatever it does for the space itself, then, whatever on that. But, okay. GT Entertainment or ENT, GT, ENT, the same thing he always say, stand on his square. I agree. JB, the barbs would have attacked him. They are treacherous. Yeah, any group of women who are very passionate about, blonde weave and wearing tight shit, that would probably qualify as treacherous. I mean, shit, women are super hyper and wild at times, and that's the things. Those are some of the things that we are uncomfortable with saying. LaSagne Jefferson, at least put it into context. That was trap statement. She do another and he won't fall for it again. Okay. I mean, if he ever gets that opportunity again. I mean, think about it though. And I'm not trying to sit up here and vouch for the man, but like, he kind of took down Brittany Renner. I mean, Brittany Renner's still around here, hoeing or whatever. I mean, that she would get offended by somebody calling her a ho or whatever. But, she is her, is whatever her presentation is. But, he kind of like, took her down a little bit. I mean, if you want to qualify whatever that is. But, from what I've seen, I don't think that Brittany Renner got the best of Kevin Samuels. But, some people have a different opinion about that, so, hey, I respect the differences. But here's the thing. If I have a difference opinion about what you say, then it shouldn't turn into a goddamn Desert Storm Part 2 or some shit like that. Petway Boy, what's going on? LaShawn Jefferson, she a freak. Are you talking about Nicki? Indigenous TV, he didn't fail a test. He was a fan. You know, maybe he was thinking that Butte. You know, I know y'all like to call him, uh, well, milk and cookies or whatever, but is he claims, and I believe him on this. I believe he's a straight man. I just think he's soft spoken, and a lot of y'all just like to say that, and this is what makes us look so fucking dumb sometimes. Everything is gay except for what's actually gay, like the same sex partners being together having sex. Oh, look at those socks! Look at those socks! Guess what that means? I'm just saying we look stupid. We look stupid when we say stuff like that. But maybe he was thinking, yeah, she got a big old bootay. Like I be thinking. Yeah, let's see. So in the chat, to all the guys that are watching that are participating in the chat, put your number in on what you would rate Nicki Minaj at. I just want to see something. Just one number. Any number from, they do the scale of 1 to 10. He tells them not to use 7 because 7 is the most common number. You can use 7 here if you want to. Artisan, what's going on? Good to see you, brother. All right. Indigenous TV says 7. Mr. Z says 7.5. RPM says 5.5. I put Vereen says 6. Artisan says 5. See, I deduct for fake parts. Southpaw 2K17. Vereen solid 6. Oh, okay, 6. That no drop. 6 to 8. Okay. All right. Okay. Great is me 7. Unmodified 6.5. Adjustable 6.5. H, what's going on? She's a 7.5. The thing is, I don't like rating chicks that's been under the knife. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something, man. Like I said, she pretty thick. And like I said, after the Barbershop 3, I was like, ugh. The way she played that role, I don't know. I probably, as Common. So probably. But Why Skinner Man Cave, what's going on, man? Good to see you. A lot of y'all are rating her because she has plastic on her. Okay, well, that's fair. But about a real woman, like for real, like who actually is authentically thick and has an authentic hourglass shape and cute face and knows how to keep herself without any other surgery and got the perfect tone of skin. That's a fine woman right there. I'll put a woman like that above Nicki. Sole provider. She got too much surgery. So I don't know. Still smashable, but a number, I don't know. Okay. Hey, Mr. I don't like fake, but she's actually one of the few I have Jack too. All right. uh, yeah, Nicole Murphy 2010. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so I do get it. A lot of you don't like the whole fake plastic surgery thing, but yeah, but Nicki, nonetheless, for me, is exceptional. Indigenous TV, Tommy Lee looks better than her. Okay, let me look up Tommy Lee real quick. Tommy Lee. If I find a good picture of her, I'll put it on the screen. Man, they got a mug shot. Tommy Lee. Yeah. Yeah, she alright. Let me put this on the screen for y'all. If y'all agree. Yep, this is Tommy Lee. Trying to see like full body. She don't look as thick as Nicki. Trying to get a full body of her. Oh, look at that. Okay. You know, seem like behind that forearm might be a little curve right there. You know. Oh, look. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tommy Lee. Someone else that KS has spoken to. Oh, yeah. A lot of guys were like, when he spoke to her, that, they was bringing up that whole shit test thing. Oh, the shit test. He didn't pass the shit test. Okay. You know. Why? Let me ask y'all a question. You know, and usually this is a question that men get assaulted for asking. Um, why is it that most of these pics don't have her smiling at all? Like, I know that's like a Euro feminist thing, trying to get women to smile, but I don't see any picture where she's smiling at all. Like, this for the females in the chat and watching, is this the image you want for the black woman? Somebody who has this resting bitch face? Jesus. I mean, she can do what she want to do. Like, say for instance, something like this. She can do what she want to do. She can do. She can do what she want to do. But we all have a right to our opinion. At least they do have pictures of Nicki smiling. God damn. Just nothing. All right. Petway boy. Say BW don't smile. Raven Knight, what's going on? Haha, no pun intended. She had a real prime time. Indigenous TV. Because she's a very volatile and angry woman. Yeah, LaShawn Jefferson. You say you don't know her. Hey, I didn't really know anything about her until I started, hearing the murmurs in the space when she talked to Kevin Samuels. That like when I hear Tommy Lee, I often default to Pamela Anderson's husband. The rock star. Any chick you Google and her mug shots are the first thing that come up is an automatic red flag. Yeah, I kind of agree. I kind of agree, but is we as men, we will find some way to compromise that. A lot of these, like a lot of us dudes, we'll still hit it. First thing she'd do, she'd disrespect us. If we could get a little bit of taste of the poontang, I'm not saying that all of us are like that. I'm not saying that. But when you get a beautiful woman in front of you, men have done weird, amazing things. Things that Raven Knight. The crazier she is, the better the box. Man, please stop telling them that. Because see, the whole point, like that's what, and you know, it maybe that is the case in a lot of times, but these women actually believe that if they have a horrible attitude or the crazier they act, then the more attractive they'll be. It's like who said something about the weird mating rituals of the modern day woman? I think that would probably be BGS's area. uh, yeah, it's maybe that's just what they do. You know, the crazier she is, the better the box. Indigenous TV. She was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, tearing shit up and fighting the show producers. Oh man, like you ain't gonna be putting your hands on me. Period. You know, I can always exercise my right to restrain you. Toya's son is letting us in on a harsh, sad reality. That behavior gets rewarded. That's the behavior they purposely put in front of you as the, and I'm sure that, I mean, I can't speak for Toya's son, but, you know, I'm sure that that's not the image from the person that I perceive her to be. That's not the image she wants for black women. But we have to understand the media does this to us on purpose. For real. They either have us acting a certain way or some unattainable look, you know, for the women, like say someone who has been fixed up with surgery, like Miss Nicki here. Artisan, I don't watch that crap either. I don't watch it, and I guess that's why I don't know anything about Tommy Lee. Like I said, until she talked to Kevin Samuels. You know, I don't watch it. Let me see. The last reality show that I watched was Flavor of Love. Cause Flavor of Love was hilarious because my whole thing was, how in the hell all these beautiful women like Flavor Flav? I mean, it's not on me to judge men, but Flavor Flav looked like a gremlin. Like, see, saying stuff about celebrities again. And it was very, very, very intriguing as to how he used to get these women on this show. And I mean, like, this is why you got a lot of men always making these assumptions that these women ain't nothing but gold diggers. You know, because it's like all these guys going after, I mean, all these women going after this little gremlin ass dude. But I mean, I just like, I am not, I am not, you know, I'm not a connoisseur of reality shows. I do understand it is junk food TV for a lot of people. I even watched an episode of Nicki Minaj's reality show. Like, she had a reality show back then. And quite frankly, I couldn't stay tuned because I didn't like her attitude. She was acting like a diva. Like one of those stereotypical divas. So, I don't know anybody on that shit. Is greatest meat facts, RPM facts, LOL. Indigenous TV. Those females on Love and Hip Hop are like baby mamas inside chicks from hell. Mm-hmm. And who has experience in side chicks and baby mamas from hell? All right, Artisan. He said facts, laugh emoji. 3 times. The only reason it was funny, they convinced themselves he was fine. Man, let me tell you something. Remember Delicious? And Delicious is one that flew over the cuckoo's nest. Delicious actually told Flavor Flav in the episode where he decided on her that she used to have a poster of Flavor Flav on her ceiling. So every night she went to sleep, she would be looking up at Flavor Flav and would wish that God would send her Flavor Flav. I was like, this bitch is lying. I said, she's so full of it. And I know Flav was like, no, man, hell no. You got no posting no damn Flavor Flav on your ceiling. Uh, yep, Artisan agrees. Yep, that was bullshit. That was bullshit. Oh, Petway boy, I agree, man. Hoops was finer than a motherfucker. But remember, she used to kiss Flavor Flav. Hoops was fine, but she used to kiss that ugly motherfucker. And then what he did to New York twice, man. I see New York in an interview, and she would talk about how she used to give Flavor Flav head. I was like, damn, that's even worse. Cause the reality of the show is he was fucking girls. Like it went further than women pursuing him. He was having sex with them. I was like, okay, well, Flavor Flav for 2 or 3 seasons was the luckiest man on the planet. And this is like what's her name? Bridget Nielsen, the Sylvester Stallone's ex. Like she had some big old boobies and shit. But last time you seen her was in Creed 2, and she quite frankly hit the white wall or whatever. Man, that's her ex-husband. Flavor Flav has had some fun. So, I mean, just an encouraging thought for anybody who believes that beautiful women are impossible to get. I know there are like surrounding factors, such as money and, the fact that he belonged to a rap group and, those stuff. But you know what? Aside from all that, shit, he had sex with a lot of beautiful women. Except for that girl that pooped in the middle of the floor. To my, she was just trying to have fun. I'd have stepped away and took that shit. She said, oh man, like that's one thing that I bet people still remember who that girl is. And ain't she the one pooped on Flavor Flav? Anyway, let me stop. That man said, "Wait, but somebody said Flavor Flav look like a COVID monk." I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Holy shit. Yeah, Indigenous TV. Hoops kissed that nigga in the mouth. Breathe properly. Breath probably smell like motor oil. Oh man, y'all tripping. Shoot. Let me drop this link. I mean, I might show the video, but I mean, say even the white Richard Simmons had groupies. Let that sink in. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was young when Richard Simmons came out. But I always thought that, I always had some idea of what being a milk and cookies person is. So I always thought he swang that way. Or it was odd that a man acted like that. You know, let me check some things first. Let me check something real quick. I always have to check my like dislike ratio because, YouTube hides the dislikes now because people are too fucking sensitive or that's just something that YouTube decided that they were just gonna do anyway. Uh, but I don't believe they needed to take that dislike button at all. I mean, in fact, I started to I started to actually like the dislike button, and y'all know why. Or if you have been tuning in. Let me see. All right, I have 53 likes, no dislikes. Okay, so they're great. I guess I'm saying some stuff right. And damn, they already gave me that yellow dollar sign. I guess because I said quite a few curse words. Well, that's just how it is. But Raven Knight, how do you know this? Even the white Richard Simmons had groupies. Shoot. That might be something that I might need to do some research on. Shoot. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, for the old school people, y'all know who Richard Simmons is. Richard Simmons. I'm looking this up on my phone. I'm looking up this up on my phone. Richard Simmons. Uh, man, all I see is parents and siblings. Shoot, I don't know. I don't know. He might be one of them guys that went both ways. But I remember when the Nutty Professor Eddie Murphy did that parody of Richard Simmons. I think he called it Lance something. I don't know. But Richard Simmons was pissed off about that shit. Yeah. Indigenous TV. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'll put it up here because I got the. I'm not really a huge fan. Like I'll mention other content creators because, quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. Um, Said Ramil came back to YouTube, first video uploaded, and he didn't waste time going at the space. And I mean, like, look. Let me go ahead and clear this up for you guys. Um, Having criticism about the space, there's nothing wrong with that at all. If the criticism is legitimate. I mean, but if you're gonna do the whole weird nigga, all they do is talk about women, then I believe that you're gonna. I believe that you're inaccurate. Period. I mean, I'm not finna sit up there and say all they talk about is women because 9 times out of 10, what you're doing is that you're singling out what you don't like and you're not taking into consideration of everything else that's being discussed. So if, like I said, I'm pretty much indiscriminate. I'm indiscriminate. Um, it's like if I'm discussing shit, I will go at both men and women, and it's not like really I'm going at. I'm just simply explaining to you how I feel about the situation. So if you cherry pick, uh, what is said about men versus what is said about women, then you're not being fair. Like I said, I'm just indiscriminate because the the common denominator as far as the way I go at people and how I go at people is maybe the level of intelligence and how they do things. Okay. Alrighty. We got Toya San up here. What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, glad to hear it. I'm doing well.
Okay. So, what do you think of the subject matter thus far? I mean, in fact, what is your overall opinion of it?
Um, Overall, I said in the chat, man, I'm in for a treat if I want to know what my ranking is. If she is what some of these other numbers are, and I'm just like, I think she's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but I think barring the fact that she has many plastic parts, that we have to kind of give a different scale for her or her type. Um,
Mm,
but larger than that, I like that the conversation took place, and I like that it was a very. It seemed like it wasn't too scripted. Like I know that they probably talked behind the scenes before everything went, but I don't think that there was so much that went into it that it was there was too many parameters for the conversation. I think it also made room for there to be a larger conversation down the line. So I wouldn't be surprised if they sat down together again.
uh, yeah. I mean, ain't no telling with that guy. He's been talking to many characters lately, but I mean, that's what comes with popularity. I
Right.
mean, when you it's almost like it's very controversial for him, and I say
Hmm.
that a lot of the controversy comes from being a black man because you have people like Simon Cowell out there,
Right.
dressing people down. So
Hmm.
so it has to be the reason why he's so controversial is the fact that he is a black man, but the fact that he is getting not only large social media characters but celebrities coming now. What I've said earlier is this sphere of influence is getting out there, and what it's doing is for the corporate entities who've always controlled the narrative, we're starting to affect their bottom line. And they're looking into ways of why are people being so resistant these days, and it's because of spaces just like this. So I mean, I'm not the type that is hoping that Kevin Samuels brings prominence to the space, because we got to bring that prominence for ourselves.
Hmm.
But they're gonna want to know where all this stuff is coming from, and
Right.
it's going to lead back here. So my thing is, when you, especially as a content creator, when you say certain things about people, you're gonna have to own it no matter what. You're gonna have to own it, and if you don't, then you probably gonna look like sort of a chump. That you were piping all big, and this is a lot of the problem that people are having with Kevin Samuels. They felt like that he should have been as harsh with Nicki Minaj as he's been with other people who have called into his show, and that I would not have believed that was going to happen, even if I went in and saw it. And it's like, I wasn't going to be one of the type that's going to be, oh, this finna be good, like this, I'm not going to do that. I knew that he was going to be a professional, because think about this. Nicki Minaj is a celebrity, a millionairess. You know, she like, that's exposure for him. That's one of the few couple situations where he had something to gain by appearing on their platform, as it compares to people having something to gain by appearing on his. So, I do understand the move, and if it's better for his life, then why should I criticize that?
Absolutely, and the exposure pays for itself. Honestly, the amount of eyes that are now going to be on this space has grown exponentially, pretty much overnight. And what I think is going to happen is we're going to see a lot of people hiding their hands.
Hmm. I mean, like I said, if that's going to be the case, I have a lot to explain to people, based on what I've said about them being public figures and celebrities, and what kind of image they presented, in the public's eyes. And like I said, if you're going to be on this platform, like Toya, what if you blew up to 1 million subs? You're gonna
Right.
come across a lot of characters.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so
And
that
I'm going to have a lot to explain too because I've said quite a few things. So,
yeah,
but
yeah, and I
I'm
mean, like, God forbid, what if Lizzo ever came to this platform and started asking me questions about what I said? But I have to be ready for kind of that kind of stuff. Yeah, if you show your ass cheeks on the side of a basketball court where there are families present, I don't believe that's proper. you know,
But you know
so
what I think? I think just to your point that it's important for people like you to exist in the worlds of the Lizzos who maybe don't have people around her to have that kind of dialogue with.
mm,
So,
yeah, because these people are used to everybody kissing their ass.
right.
Yeah, and a little authenticity, is always, I love authenticity. So let me read the super chat.
Sure.
Sun is hot, rock. Thank you, by all means. Say, hey, Kev. Long live the habitual line steppers. Long live. This space is thriving daily. So why are we concerned about what some so-called reformed Pookie Ramil thinks, who doesn't know whether he's coming or going? Look, like, I respect anybody that comes up here, but for the move that he made, and then it come back, then I mean, my belief for someone like that is, if you can't stay away and you like doing it, don't front and play all hard like you don't. But that's something, if he was present, that I would have to say to him. So whatever reason whatever reason he came back, he almost had 1,000 subs. So I mean, that's gotta mean something. So yeah. So, but thank you for the super chat. Anyway, yeah. So Toya, you said about that image thing. You said that that's not an image that you would want for yourself, like the negative image. Explain that. Uh,
No, like when you were saying that Does Nicki Minaj represent us? No. Not the image I want for myself. Mainly because she's so she represents a bimbo to me. Um, her her aesthetic is very bimbo culture for me, and I appreciate the praise that you were giving her in terms of her body stature and things like that, like what you find attractive. And I would agree with you if it was naturally made that way.
Mm,
But because she had to buy it, it doesn't sit well with me that that's how we came to know her.
mm,
And very much a part of what I see with her is just a caricature. So I'm kind of ready for her to put that down and show us the grown woman that she probably should be. We're the same age, and
mm,
you know, I don't really look at her as my contemporary because of that. And I understand there's a fine line she has to walk because she is an entertainer in terms of having this character and also saving a piece of who she is for personal life. Um, but I think that there's a way to do both and to also show growth. And I was waiting
mm,
for her to do that. I had a problem with even within the interview her doing a bit of code switching. I don't think that Nicki Minaj talks that way in her normal day to day life, but she puts this on. While I was okay with it when she first came into the music business, it's been well over 10 years now. Where's the
mm,
growth?
mm. I mean, Nicki Minaj most certainly paved the way for Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion,
For
and
sure.
I don't think that she would like a statement like that based on her past misgivings with Cardi B. But I mean, it is what it is. If you are a pioneer of such, then it can either swing one way or swing the other way, and it swing in what she ushered in, swing into a negative kind of negative context.
Right.
This thought culture. I mean, it evolved from Barbie culture to thought culture.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I can definitely understand that, a level thinking black woman would not want that image for herself, just, but I'll let you speak on something like that. I'm not chauvinistic in any sort of way. So let me offer some clarity while you're here, too. There was a certain content creator that you were talking to, and this was like a while back, but
Mhm.
he was saying something to the effect of don't let these content creators that welcome you to this space use you to attack black women. And I kind of like felt some kind of way about that. And just this my view of this content creator, I'll just like I said, I'll just wait till guys like this are present. But I didn't exactly appreciate him saying that I was gonna, or any of these guys were gonna use you for malicious intent. My thing is, I respect you for having your own mind, and whatever opinion that you would share is of your own making. It's not me making you do anything at all or trying to influence you. You're your own person,
Oh
and
yeah, I never felt anything other than that. And people will say whatever they want and they have their ideas of how I'm being utilized or not utilized, and that's fine. But I come back to where I know I'm with family and where I'm loved, and so that should speak for itself.
mm, mm, good, good, good. And I mean, like, I wouldn't believe that you would have took something like that seriously anyway, based on what kind of person you are. I mean, that person said what they had to say. They're a space detractor and that space detraction thing is becoming very popular. And, there are criticisms, but there's ridiculous fucking shit that people say, and I felt as if that were ridiculous.
Yeah.
You
And I
know.
can see I can see why. But again, I had to go on a journey with this and have to come to a space of discernment with who is really adding to the value of this space and what I got when I came here versus the people who are, like you said, detractors.
Yeah.
And everybody's got their purpose. I'm not here to take it away from anybody, but I can pick and choose where I return.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I would feel like anyone that's trying to tell you what direction to go in, I mean, for the person to say, okay, don't let these dudes do that, and and
Mhm.
was trying to give you direction, was the exact kind of chauvinistic that he that he himself was trying to rail against. So
Right.
I'm sitting up there like, dude, you contradicted yourself.
Mhm.
But I mean, it is what it is. I understand that you are smart enough to see that kind of thing for yourself, but I just wanted to offer clarity.
I appreciate that. I really
And
do.
I don't think that you know that you were pulled in to attack the sisterhood, or basically my understanding is your intention is to talk to the sisters and to bring the sisters to the table so they can discuss what they needed to do. And I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of sisters do have a problem with that,
Sure.
even correction from other sisters. And my deal is the whole argument has always been um, that black men can't worry about black women, that black women need to talk to black women. But when you get these black women that are talk to black women, they always call them mammies and pick me's, and just really being harsh with women who and women who speak like that. And it's tough for a lot of these women to come forward and actually, speak, what's right and what's wrong, because they get attacked so viciously. And it takes a huge amount of courage, you know, because I see that, for a woman to come forward and say, hey, you know what? This is what it is. This is what we need to do. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Let's just talk about this. And I believe that's what your intention is. So,
It certainly is, but I'm not going to wrangle anybody. A lot of these
yeah.
women want to be wrangled, and that's not going to ever be my approach. But
Yeah.
I'll be here when the time is right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we really got one thing I definitely do appreciate is this comment section. Like, everybody who comes to this comment section act like they got some sense. And I do appreciate that, at least. So, and the moderators, one of them being you, for keeping everything correct down there. So, I'll just say that as well.
Yeah,
But
I'm happy to do that.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. Also, so have you watched the? Oh yeah, you said you watched the exchange, right?
I did.
So, do you think that Kevin Samuels, in your opinion, dropped the ball in any way, shape, or form?
I don't think he dropped it. I think he fumbled it. I don't think he dropped it, but I think he might have fumbled it a little bit there.
Oh,
Just
okay.
just based on some of his previous stances, with the rating system, but also with reference to dress size and things like that. I don't like that a lot of people aren't talking about how she kind of evaded the question about her husband.
Uh,
Not many people are really focusing on that, and I think that we have maybe till the end of the year to see Nicki Minaj become a single woman again. Um, I think that it was very telling that she didn't have her ring on during that exchange, and in
uh,
some recent pictures I've noticed she hasn't been wearing her ring.
ooh.
But also, when her husband was brought up during the interview, she kind of skated past it. She didn't spend too much time on it, nor did she seem happy to talk about him.
Oh, Trouble in Paradise.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think this case that has been ongoing that the young lady just rescinded from, I think that that's probably been the breaking point for her, because this is a point in her career now where the next move she makes will solidify her longevity.
Mm-hmm.
And so this will be make or break in terms of, in 5 years from now, are we still going to be talking about her, and in what capacity?
Yeah. Cause I mean, like, the genre she was in, she was overshadowed pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, she was when she went from very popular
Mhm.
to it just kind of, and then it was Cardi B, Cardi B, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and a whole slew of women duplicating the same thing. But yeah, did I believe that he pandered? I believe he pandered, but for business reasons.
Sure, sure, and that's why I said
Yeah.
I think he fumbled in that regard. But otherwise, it was a good move. He'll he he will skyrocket again.
Yeah, 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 absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's this week, and it's going to be something else the next week, and
Right.
it might be fresh and fit again the next week,
Hmm.
or someone maybe someone else entirely. But I mean, like I said, they tried to say this with Tommy Lee, like how he kind of fumbled and didn't pass the shit test, but the one thing that we also have to keep in mind is people always got shit to say, no matter
Right.
what. Somebody always got something to say. And for the duress that, they've been trying to give him, I mean, they've been saying a lot. I mean, this dude has been doxxed repeatedly, just like any other controversial content creator. And I mean, they're really putting it on him.
Hmm.
They push this whole, this narrative that he belonged to the milk and cookies community. They stay saying that. And anyone that speaks like they're in agreement with what he's saying, or they're called weirdos, they're called kitten heel followers, and the word one of the worst things is bussy poppers. Like, I'm sitting up there
Yeah.
like, you guys have some vivid imaginations.
Yeah. Yeah. But people jump at the chance to have something to be offended by now
Oh
also.
yeah.
So that's really what we are living in.
Mm.
I can't wait until he sits down with Lizzo. Now
Oh.
now I want that to happen.
Like if he rates her high, then he probably will stand a chance to destroy his credibility.
I
Is
mean,
it-
it could make for some really good conversation. It could make for some changes too. Because what if, just like I was saying about you having the very realistic opinions that you have and being able to share them with people who probably don't get to hear them, maybe that conversation will cause Lizzo to look at herself in a different light and make some changes. That could be the start of something beautiful.
Man, that's definitely something to think about. Okay, Indigenous TV. He said at Cortez Smith, Kev, Roger Zero, Ramil, Mace Taggart, LAR. They never flipped. Black Ram is another one, and Tie City, all solid and consistent. Mm. Yeah, and I don't necessarily agree with. I mean, Mace, he's just a sports guy, so I mean, he does have conversations, but and he's very persistent and consistent. So I do kind of admire Mace. LAR movement, still movement. Zero is one of the funniest yet logical guys I've ever heard speaking on a platform. Um, the Tie City is very consistent, but I don't agree with a couple things he said. Maybe we can talk about that one day. Not gonna go get into it too much because, like I said, a lot of you guys aren't here, and then you're on the panel, so just I have to say that when it's just me, yeah, because just keeping you neutral and not using you to attack folks like that ridiculous assertion. Yeah, hybrid. But Kev, she's thick. LOL. Yeah. Oh yeah, Black Ram. I gotta check out more Black Ram stuff. It just oh the Logic Spear. Oh, what's going on, man? Oh, he showed up. He said, "I'm here." Hey, you want to come up for a second? We can talk about it.
Yeah, come on up, Logic Sphere, and I'll let you guys talk.
Uh,
But thanks for having me up, Kev. It's been a minute. It's good to talk to you.
okay. All right, Toya. I appreciate you coming up.
No doubt.
It's always a pleasure.
Indeed.
Okay. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, good to see y'all. I mean, it's one of those things, man. It's like, I'm not going to agree with everyone. I mean, a lot of people don't agree with a lot of the things I say, but it's fair to criticize. I'll say that. Shaka Nulu, what's going on? What's going on? How's everyone doing? Okay. All right. Yeah, but basically, um, saying, yes, we're having another one of these BS broadcasts. Let me check something real quick. See something. Shoot. Some of you guys, I didn't even think y'all tuned in like that. 66 likes, still at 100%. Not one dislike. I know it's somebody out there somewhere. Come on now. He said he's just listening. I'll probably fire up after I finish killing my brother on this pool table. Hell yeah. Destroy. Shit. Pool. I haven't played pool in a while. Yeah, I might go to. Well, I don't do much going out. You know, that's what married life does to you. You know, saps your will to live. Hey, guys, if you're not married and you're just, I do agree with the logic spear as far as what he says about things like stay on your purpose and don't let bullshit distract you. I do agree with that. I'll say that. Said Lizzo is not going to have an Adele moment. Lizzo, yeah, Lizzo ain't gonna lose all that weight like Adele is either. But yeah, let me see. This has been going on like an hour and 48 minutes. Did it, Amin Ra. Black community is rooted in hating on anything climbing out of the barrel. I would say that is a large proportion of the community. A large proportion of the community also wants to produce as well. But anyway, like I've been saying this entire time, you don't have to agree or make anyone your figurehead whatsoever. You don't have to do any of that shit. You know, or you don't have to force the issue with anyone else. It's just that, hey, you know what? Some things just happen. Okay, if I were confronted by Nicki Minaj, and I would probably too likely be like, in my head, oh my God, it's Nicki Minaj. You know, in my head. But stand on your opinions. That's all I'm gonna say. Stand on them. And we're near the 2-hour mark. So yeah, I would like to thank Toya Son for coming by. I think that, you know, she is a gift to any panel that she is on. And, you know, for anyone that wants to come up, I did drop the link in the chat. So just give that a couple more minutes and just go ahead and probably finish out the broadcast with this. Get ready. Get ready. Phil Brad, hate is a strong word. It sure is. Get ready. Oh, look, Chaos Rain. Chaos Rain, and, you know, I'm just going to bust his chops for a second. He always has the impeccable way of showing up at the end of broadcasts.
Yes. You know how I do.
Yeah, I know, man. I believe you doing that shit on purpose, though.
I am chaos. I must bring the chaos and tell everybody to go F themselves. I want the
All right, so go ahead, speak, brother.
My piece to speak on this is this: that Nicki Minaj, as voluptuous and so-called cheeky as she is, only thing I can say is there's too much pandering for women that have clout. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm not gonna go any further because I know a lot of people in the space have their feelings of Mr. Samuels. I have my own views of Mr. Samuels, but at the end of the day, he told you nigga this years ago. He's here to be filthy, and I mean filthy rich, and he'll do anything possible to get there. I want people to start listening. And here's my thing: it lets you know, Kev, we do not pay attention to content creators in detail when they express what their real intentions are, what is the real thing they're trying to get out of it through their content, through their channel. If we miss that, that's the fault on us, not on him.
I know with any of these content creators that There's content creators that want to approach and attack subject matter, and there are content creators that are here for the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm kind of here for both. I mean, if I
Mm-hmm.
get a bag from this, hey, I'm not. I am not against anybody that uses social media to find a hack. Okay, that's not that I'm not a hater. I mean, if you find all the success in the world on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
yes, but by listening, and a lot of you need to listen very close to a lot of these content creators.
Yes.
A lot of them are just here to hustle your ass.
Mm.
And I'm not going to call any names, but you're just here to hustle people.
Mm-hmm.
You use this word black manosphere as a virtue signal. You
Of
know,
course.
if it meant anything to you, then you would rep it and you would make sure that it is a proper space where and I mean like I believe in information, but I also believe in entertainment. I believe that you have to present it in a way that people can follow you to keep people engaged. And
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to get out of that no matter what. No matter what you're presenting, you got to have a way to keep people engaged. But I can look at some of these content creators and tell what they're here for.
Okay.
And I tell you right now, a lot of them aren't here to help. A lot of them aren't.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, like I don't have this romanticized idea that, oh my God, the black manosphere is perfect. Oh, please don't talk about the space. But if you are being unfair to the space, or you keep talking all this bull crap that can be disproven, and if I feel like disproving it, hey, like a person like I would say out like I said, I disagree with one or two things Ty City says, but the way
Yeah.
he presents himself, it would be hard as fuck to go at
Mm-hmm.
him. It'll be
Yep.
hard as fuck. So I know, like I said, I'm very observant of people. I'm not stupid. Somebody else like the dude that just took the wrench and not Bernard Riley. I lost two wrenches this week. One on some fuck shit, the other one because he said he did a purge. The one on some fuck shit, I could beat him easily. You
Oh,
know,
interesting.
seriously, I could look. You okay, we got one person giving logic and another person that is bandwagon. And
Okay.
bandwagon people ain't hard to beat, and they're so reactive to everything. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I would know how to break a person like that down. Now like somebody like I would say Zero. I give Zero his credit. Zero would probably have me laughing too much to try to be like 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 Negro. Come on now, but. It's yeah the content creators that Indigenous mentioned earlier, very good content creators.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. And I mean, if he wants to put me in that category, then hey, I welcome the compliment. I'm not gonna turn it down. But we as content creators need to stop bullshitting ourselves. We need to be completely brutally honest with ourselves and ask ourselves, what are we up here for? Are we actually here to make the space a productive space for black men? That black men can get our word and our opinions out and, express our grievances so things can get better? Or are we here for the bag?
Mm.
A lot of these people
Well,
that are here for the bag, they don't.
well, my thing is this: if some black men are here to make a bag, um, that's fine. I mean, I prefer that transparency will be the key, but we know how niggas
Yeah.
are nowadays.
Yep.
That most niggas either they support or not. That's another story. And you gotta understand that most men that put out content for the first few years, that was the case at first. But as things so-called evolve, they're looking at the scope of things and looking at it saying, you know what, I could probably make a real decent bag out here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to change it up to a degree. Now, moving forward, if what a city is going to try to do, and I will project May at the best, that he's going to probably do the reverse what Kevin's doing. You understand me, Kev? Um,
Reverse. What do you mean reverse?
I mean, he's
Start
going to
breaking
do.
down dudes.
Well, I don't want to break it down because that's giving too much to the game. I want people to observe and understand what I mean by the reverse, what Kevin's doing. You get me? Oh, what the hell? Middle fingers. That's a video? Did you shoot?
No, I put that picture up there because I thought it was funny.
Okay.
You know, there's always a
Yeah.
purpose. Like,
Okay.
a lot of people think I'll put this picture up here because, oh, he's fanboying KS, he's fanboying Kevin. No, nigga, it's just I haven't seen this picture before. You
Mm,
know,
okay.
but like Shaka Nulu said, I guess nobody could have gotten married without KS.
Hmm.
I was like, damn. It's like, where was he in 2014 when I got married without him? So,
Hmm.
mm,
You're right. You're right. You're right. So, like I said, I'm not gonna give too much away. I want people just to meditate on that what I just said, and you'll see. You'll see. Now, will it be
mm,
effective? What I said when y'all go back to replay this, we shall see. All I know is at the end of the day, what was working towards black men in a certain cause, let's be honest, it's not really effective to certain men if they're trying to look for a certain outcome, Kev. That's what
mm.
they did what they do, unfortunately. So, and I think right now, the problem with this now is going to cause a lot of dysfunction. It's going to cause more chaos in the space than it needs to be. And it's going to create probably some enemies. Because if you think about it, Kev, you paying attention, I still hear this argument, the Pookie and Ray Ray and Lame argument. And it's now
Man,
it's
look,
escalating.
look. I've known plenty of guys from the hood, and we roasted each other like that. I mean, they'll say that I talk like a white boy, and
Right?
then I'll start like and then I'll start like talking about them. Well, I'll say you talk like you eat government cheese still. I'll say some shit like that. Sometimes they take it personal. Sometimes they don't. But it's like there is, instead of being that way and insult back. You can
Mm-hmm.
always combat words with words. And
Yeah.
look, Shaka Nulu say you should thank KS
Mm-hmm.
for my past success. I mean,
Yeah.
but like, look, listen up, man. I mean, if you can make any slight difference at all as far as doing this stuff up here, and if it gives you something you can be proud of, then shit, hey, fuck it. I wouldn't like. I'm not gonna be. I wouldn't be that obsessive content creator that builds up off shitting on the man. And like,
Mm-hmm.
I can name two right now that I'm about to put a video out making fun of. So you heard it here.
Mm-hmm. I heard it here first.
Oh yeah, because I mean, like, I believe in editing too. So I mean, I believe for the little app that I got, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a simple app. I could do pretty good on it. So, I mean, it's not so much to necessarily um, just make fun of the people or whatever, because I do believe the two people that I chose deserve it. But it's to show that you can have fun with this YouTube thing. It ain't always got to be all this tension, all these this negative streaming. Because like the streams that criticize the space, man, you got these people in the chat that's, I don't know, man. It's just they just say the dumbest shit, like And my whole recommendation to any of these guys, even the content creators that hate the space, come talk to a guy. I'm a civil human being. I know that there's a lot of guys that, would like the whole the whole eat a dick thing that Nicki Minaj said, and they expected Kevin Samuels to just attack her viciously like a rabid dog for saying eat a dick. How many people have said worse things about the space that were local to the space, and no one said anything to
Man,
them?
too many to count, bro. That's like every day, bro. Black men
Yeah,
always getting cussed out and called certain names. That's nothing new, man.
yeah, and then it ain't like I'm coming from a place of, oh my God, they're calling us names. No, stop it. It's just, I'm not coming from that place. I'm more along the lines of, hey, you know what? Let's talk about it. If you still want to be on that insult shit, maybe I'll have a little few insults for you too.
Mm-hmm.
But to sit up there and just wham, 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 wham. I mean, I understand if you're criticizing, but there are plenty of content creators that do the wow 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 wow. These bitch niggas, this bitch nigga here, this bitch nigga there, bitch nigga, bitch nigga. Oh, fuck these niggas, fuck that group of niggas. All this like, well, fuck them, hee hee ha ha, fuck them. Like, damn, how productive is that? What kind of message you gonna get to somebody by saying that? All they gonna look at you as somebody who's too chicken shit to actually tell the people that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of you may not agree. Some of you probably do agree. But you know, at the end of the day, shit. I mean, I don't see all these. Like, I see a lot of people calling people bitch niggas, but you know, I don't see a whole lot of going to these motherfuckers and saying, "I believe you a bitch nigga. Fuck you. Cut that shit out." No, they ain't gonna do that shit. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it is like, and you can stay in the corner and cry, but shoot, what is that getting done? So, but should Kevin have somehow said something to Nicki when she said eat a dick? And I mean, I guess he tried to say, well, there's hurt on both sides by trying to recover into that. But you know, it could have like, you know, and I'm just a guy with an opinion. It could have been at least a whoa, come on now, come on. I mean, there is hurt on both sides, but you know, eating dicks, blah blah blah. You know, maybe I would have did that.
She's a
But
man, man.
say what?
She a man. That's why she talks a certain way. Tell her what she thinks and operates like a man. You see her old pictures back in the mid or early 2000s. It's
Yeah,
telling. You get me? So
yeah,
obviously she's gonna carry boyish ways. What
yeah.
do you call butch dyke ways? You get me? You know, shit. But look at Nicki
Uh,
eat too much pussy. The filet
yeah,
mignon.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, you know, Holly weird.
yeah.
But
Remember her alter ego? What's her alter ego? She always see on stage. I forgot the name of that shit. It's Raven or some stupid shit.
don't know. I
Yeah,
know.
she be on stage. Say, I got a little friend that I talk to. You know, like some alter ego. You know what I'm saying?
Cortez Smith. She say she feel like a man, and shit. Like I would never agree with a woman trying to put themselves in a man place because when the shit hits the fan, all she gonna do is go back to being a woman real quick.
They all do that all the time. I'm saying.
Yeah. Hey, everybody's being thankful to Kevin Samuels. Hey, yo, I'll just start making comments like that. Yeah, that shit's funny. The man said, I drove my car without an accident. Thanks, Kevin Samuels.
Wow.
Cortez Smith said she literally said that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I said, Sierra with that, you know, when she came out with that song "Like a Boy," and you know who fucked us up for real though? Steve Harvey, telling women to
Oh,
think
wow.
like a man, act like a lady, think like a man,
You know,
and then
I would I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah.
you got all of a sudden you got all these motherfuckers like, oh, black men think this, black men think that. That like a lot of people just argue with just that. Black men think this, and that's because of motherfuckers like Steve Harvey. Oh yeah, you heard about that? Like Steve Harvey went on a podcast. I keep
Hmm.
telling y'all, they started to gravitate toward the podcast. You know that some guy on the podcast was asking like about relationship stuff with Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey, you know, came off with the whole "just shut up. There's nothing you can do. Just shut up. Don't try to fix it." You know, and
Wow.
you know the like just basically telling them, look, just put up with it because you know don't argue with a woman or whatever. Now, I do
Hmm.
believe, like I've said, I do believe that it is a waste of time to sit there and argue. But you don't have to get ran the fuck over. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
you gotta get ran the fuck over, man. I mean,
Hmm.
shit. And I mean, I'll say something about marriage. Marriage is very difficult, but I mean, I understand where my place is in the marriage, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, it. As far as I'm concerned, I don't take disrespect. I don't. You know,
Yeah. No man
if
should
there's
take
something
disrespect.
between me and my wife, I am going to state it. I'm not gonna crawl in the corner like a lot of these guys in this space think I'm going. That a lot of these guys in this space believe that married men do. Like a lot of guys in the space say that married men have given up their power, their blue pill, their purple pill, like all this pill shit.
That's
You
new.
know, and it's like this. My wife is a black woman,
Hmm.
which means that she's gonna feel a certain way about certain things said about black women. But let me tell you guys something. And this was before I got married. Everything that I say on these platforms, I had no problem saying to her. Period. I
Okay.
didn't play this role like, you know, oh, I'm going to act one way on this platform and then I'm going to act another way somewhere else.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna do that. I try to be as authentic as possible because people like there's a lot of people that come up here and then just kind of act fake as fuck and try to put on this facade like there's somebody like there's a totally different person from who they really are. But
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you this, keeping it real with myself, I do understand that the older I get, the more things I'm gonna have to do to keep myself healthy and in shape. So, man, they still going down in that comment section. Let's read some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Indigenous TV says Kevin Samuels ended the Cold War. Hybrids, catastrophic impact. X83rd Power says, I get to train with John Bones Jones. Thanks, Kevin Samuels. Shakanulu, KS started the Cold War too. I said, I'm sure he means Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee thanked Kevin for teaching him the 1-inch punch. Chakanulu, I have a KS alarm clock that says what the French toast. Oh, see, he said, man, I'm back to benching 405 pounds. Thanks, Kevin Samuels. Oh, you must be a strong one. When I was at the peak of my weightlifting, I only got up to 325. But the thing is, I have natural gifts as well, so I miss those days. I don't know if I'll ever get back to that level.
Mm-hmm.
KS created salt and pepper. KS helped me cook my dinner. Oh, for real? What did he say? A pinch of salt? Man, y'all funny down there, man. I really appreciate that. But anything else to say, Chaos?
No, not really. I think I said pretty much everything, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I end with this. I just do a recap of the points I try to make. Like and shockingly enough, I said this: a black man defending another black man is problematic. I don't need to jump on the sword for anyone. Period. Just and I think I think it would be a bad idea to jump on a sword for Kevin Samuels. I think it's a bad idea to jump on the sword for any of these people. I mean, but if you want, it's perfectly okay to side with someone's logic. Man, Shaka
Mm-hmm.
knew. He said, it's because of KS I started growing locks.
Well,
KS slapped the doctor who slapped me when I came out the room. Okay. And I mean, and I get that. I get those kinds of jokes right there because it's like a lot of people, every time you do kind of criticize what Kevin Samuel says, there are going to be a couple people that jump up and say, oh, hell no, goddammit. It's just like, and, none of us, I mean, except for a few of the upper echelon guys, I mean, none of us are really that cool with Kevin Samuels like that. But in other words, what I'm saying is, dude can defend himself. And you guys respond to a lot of the things that he doesn't respond to. So, I mean, not like I said, you defending another man, I mean, unless I understand if it's somebody like your brother or, somebody that has helped you out in tremendous ways and, shit like that. But, I mean, for some of the stuff, Kevin can handle himself. Kevin can handle himself. I mean, but this whole black man versus black woman thing, I mean, it's entertaining for whatever subject matter that you are trying to approach. I mean, it's junk food media it's junk food media for certain people. But
mm-hmm.
if you're truly tired of it, why do people watch it so fucking much?
Mm-hmm.
Why do people participate in it so fucking much? And shout out to Shatira. Black men being brutally honest, finally caught alive. Oh, which means that you've been trying to catch alive. Oh, okay. So welcome, by all means, welcome. But I'm about to put this one to rest. I'm in my final statement right now. Uh, let's see. This whole, like I said, this whole black man versus black woman thing is a very popular conversation. I think we need to start admitting that if we truly want it to go away. I mean, because like it or not, we are a people of drama. As far as mainstream media, when there is a new trend and it stays on our level of the game, it starts to affect how we look at the people who have been controlling this media for quite some time. It's starting to affect them, and they're gonna get curious. So what I'm saying is, especially if you are a content creator, be ready to stand on everything that you did, that you say. And for Kevin Samuels and Nicki Minaj, a lot of people felt as if Kevin Samuels did the opposite. He didn't stand on what he said with them. He did stand on. See, now Shatir, the name joined it. KS fixed global warming. Y'all tripping.
Yep.
And then his TV says during the Brittany Renner interview, he took 1,000 sips from the same can of Red Bull. Well, according to you guys, if anybody can take 1,000 sips from a can of Red Bull, it would definitely be KS and make it work. Oh man, this shit is funny. We might actually be starting something, but y'all probably did this in other chats too. But you're right. You shouldn't need mainstream media to be up here. If you're saying mainstream, we don't need mainstream media, and you definitely don't need Kevin Samuels to speak. But hey, I mean, but no backsliding. No backsliding, because if you backslide on anything you say, you deserve to be called out. And right now, a lot of people feel like Kevin Samuels kind of backslid on a lot of his stuff just for Nicki Minaj. So, I mean, whatever, I understand the purposes he did it for, but at the same time, stand on your square. And I do agree with that. And also, Nicki, of course, also has her issues as well. A lot of issues that people should have thought that she should have been called on. Like, the fact that that her body has a lot of plastic in it, and that she's had certain issues, like the whole claiming COVID caused impotency, and a lot of people didn't agree with it. The COVID vaccine.
Have you noticed throughout the whole conversation? I don't want to hold you up because I want you to soon wrap this up. That everything she talks about is always about the man's Johnson. Ever notice that?
Well, shit. Well, for someone who paved the way for Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, I'm not the least bit surprised. But the whole telling everybody to eat a dick thing. Now, like I already stated, if and a lot of people does this. If it had been me, shit. If it had been me, I'd have cussed the bitch out. You wouldn't.
Oh, you wouldn't. You'd be like a nice little kitten. You'd be a nice little kitten. You'd be a nice little kitten. And you'll purr.
Oh, speaking of kidding, but but I probably would have handled it like not a real cool thing to say, because honestly we listen to everyone's grievances, and everyone's grievances deserve to be heard. Oh shit, Sir Anthony, what's going on? And thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for being supportive of the channel. Really appreciate it. Yeah, but a lot of guys didn't take that eat a dick compliment very well. But I also reminded people that, her saying eat a dick is relatively tame to a lot of what these guys have said about this space that are local to the space, and you don't check those guys. So a celebrity says something, you act like the sky is falling. But think about how for the people who have gone off, think about how disrespectful those people have been. So I mean, about the space itself, grown men and women. So, and a lot of these people are no better than Nicki Minaj, but the
Hmm.
whole eat a dick kind of thing, that's not cool. That wasn't cool. I'll go ahead and admit that
Yeah.
that wasn't cool. But I mean, Nicki is a person with issues, just like anybody else has issues. But the thing is, we can't put that weight on her, even if she does have a brother that's currently serving 25 to life for sexually abusing a child. Like it was 11 when he supposedly started, and when she testified, she was 14. So even though that kind of thing happened, like I'm just mentioning that because these are the kind of things that people wanted KS to mention. It was almost like that whole Tasha K, Kevin Samuels interview, where
Hmm.
Tasha K interviewed him, and her fan base wanted her to really chew into Kevin Samuels, and it did not happen like that. So I don't believe too many people have done that. The when I say in regards to the people who wanted Kevin Samuels to do that, to tear into Nicki Minaj,
Hmm.
um, there are black content creators that don't even consider themselves black manosphere. There are plenty of black content creators that are on the outside of this that we don't even know that you could probably scroll into your smartphone when you hit your YouTube app and see it in your algorithm. Now, a lot of those videos I don't click on because I don't want a bunch of junk in my algorithm because, like, I'm currently trying not to, I would click on like a Taz broadcast and all of a sudden I'm seeing all this bullshit. So, so I'm trying to kind of clean up my feed and everything from that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. But getting back to what I was saying, um, nobody's perfect.
That.
Nobody's perfect. People will do the most surprising things and take the most surprising positions when chasing the bag. And Kevin Samuels is really no different. So for people like Shatira who finally caught the live, I will leave this live up so you can always go back and watch the replay.
Hmm.
But I'm about to end it here. I want to thank everyone for showing up today. Everybody who gave me super chats and super stickers, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it, and I will be back tomorrow night. Granted that nothing else explosive and with world-ending consequences doesn't happen. So, anyway, thank you for stopping in. This is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Long live the habitual line steppers. Chat. You have been great, and I'm out. And Kev, we trust. Goodbye.